burgers. Today we're doing smash burgers. They're most like luxurious comfort food that you can have. They're like up there with pizza and like the two best foods on the planet. Not very great for you, but they're fantastic, and I'm going to be making them today. Typically, you're going to sort of start off with beef that's higher in fat content, something around sort of 15 to 20%. You can use lean burgers if you're on a bit of a health kick conscious run, but if you're really going to do it, I think you should just do it. So that's how we're going to do this. This is 18%, and typically people do smash burgers, where they put it in the pan and they just smash them down with a big weighted thing. But I like to prep them like this beforehand by getting just pieces of baking paper that you cut up into squares. You get a big sheet, you just wrap it. Oh no, not the thing. And you just sort of wrap and cut them up into sort of squares like that. And and then you smash them onto that, and just you get them all ready. And I'll show you now. Yeah, get your paper, place it down, and I got 500 grams. This will make anywhere between 4 and 6 patties depending on the size you want. You kind of just smash them to fill your buns because you want them to be the right size. These are the buns I've got, and you kind of want your patty to be sort of about 25% bigger than your bun, because it does shrink when you cook. It's a lot of just got to and just sort of sucks back up. So you want to sort of make sure that's the right size. So I'm going to I'm just trying to eyeball about 8 patties because I've got 4 things there, and I make thin patties and I do 2 of them. That's how I like to do it. So you just get your beef, and you much. You sort of ball it up in your hand. You can do this with like a plate or something like that, but I find that the best control is just to use your hands. So you get that, and you just squish nice and thin. You want them super thin because they will thicken up as they sort of shrink back together. And so yeah, there you go, nice and thin. And you can pre-season these before you put them in the pan. I just season them after I put them in the pan. That's just how I like to do it. But you can easily just season these now. But you just get that, and then you sort of stack them on your plate. Get a next one. Do that, stack it on top, and you can get them all on one plate. And then you just do them all in your pan. So you just prep them all that, and then we'll go over to the pan, and I'll show you how to cook these things. All right, so we've got our meat prepped. So you go see you got like a big stack, and this stops them from sticking together, and it just makes it super convenient. You also got our buns prepped. So you've got our buns prepped here. So you toast these typically first. I've had this pan heating up for like a solid minute or two. You want this pan ripping hot. You want it super warm, because that's the beauty of these is they cook so unbelievably fast, and that's like the whole thing of it. You can cook them both sides, no raw in the middle, and it's still juicy in like a couple of minutes. So I'm going to toast these up just really quick. You don't have to toast your buns. I like to toast them just to stop them from getting a bit soggy. You can do this in a toaster if you want, but that'll toast both sides. I just like to toast the inside and keep the soft exterior. You can even do it on like sandwich press, anything. But I'll just do them in the pan before I start cooking the meat. So yeah, they literally don't need long. I set up this pan heating up for a minute, and I don't like to toast mine too much, just to stop it from, soaking up too much moisture. Just that's all I want. Just a nice thin crust on the bottom. Now I'll show you what I mean in just a second. All right, this is how I typically like to have my bun. See, there's a little bit of golden brown coming through, but it's not super crisp yet. You can 100% toast this more. You can toast it to a bit of char, like a bit of black on there, if you like that. I like mine with just a little bit of toast just to protect that moisture. I like to keep the soft bread kind of intact. I kind of like that texture. So yeah, and you just do this, all your buns. One of them. It just depends on what you like, depends on what you want. This is like the most customizable meal on the planet. You can do whatever you want with these. Like seriously, you can just smack a heap of stuff together with the meat and the buns, and it'll probably be good. Just don't put pineapple on it. Alright, now, so all you do is put your meat in the pan. Sort of shake it up a little. Sometimes a little bit of meat sticks, but that's all good. Take that off. Put it in the bin. And you just let that sit for a couple of minutes. Add your seasonings, whatever you like. A bit of salt, a bit of pepper. I like salt and pepper, that's about it. You can do a bit of garlic powder, you can do a bit of onion powder if that tickles your fancy. I just like a bit of salt and pepper. You can mustard grill these, you can do all sorts of crazy things. And like you'll see already, this thing cooks incredibly fast. You chuck it in the pan, and within a minute, 60 seconds, 90 seconds. It's pretty much ready to flip. You can already see the brown starting to come through the top, and you can see it's already starting to shrink, and that's like what you wanted. You smashed them out bigger than your buns, so they'll hopefully, if you know, gotten the ratios right, it'll shrink and it'll be the perfect size for your bun, and it also won't be so thin. But I'm willing to lay money on it that if I flip this, it's got that nice crust to it. So you're starting to get those little brown bits, a little bit of crust going. That's what you want. And after you flipped it, you add a piece of cheese. Just I use the sort of melty American style cheese. I like that for burgers. It's about the only thing I like it for. You can use any sort of non-fully aged cheese. Otherwise, it's just going to become a grease pile and become very gritty. It doesn't really melt properly. You have to use a sort of younger cheese for that. And as I said, even just while I've been talking here, that'll be ready to go. Like the underside of that, because it's already halfway cooked on the other side, it'll basically be ready. Like these things take such a little time to cook, it's insane. So you just sort of take your thing, stack them on a plate. Now I've got a plate here, and I'm just going to stack them up, and then I can just assemble the burgers however I want them. All right, so we got our meat patties done. They're all cooked and ready to go. No fires were set. Fire alarm went off, but it's fine. It happens, you know. Remember to use your extraction fan. Just learn from my mistakes. You can dress these up legitimately however you like. You can just do like sauce and the meat and cheese. If you're a super simple guy, if you like something that, you know, whatever sauces that you kind of like, whatever salad you kind of like, you can lettuce, tomato, onion, you can pickles, you can do, you know, go nuts. Like you can get kind of creative with this. You can do the sort of hipster style burgers where you're putting, you know, avocado and whatever the stuff. Just do whatever you want. It's all good. You can put bacon, you can put eggs on these, make a lot burger. Like you can do anything you want. I'm just assembling these super simple today. I've got like a sort of, you know, secret sauce or a special sauce or whatever you want to call it. It's just equal parts mayo and tomato sauce with whatever other stuff you'd like to get creative and mix into with it. I put a little bit of paprika in it, a little bit of garlic powder, a little bit of onion powder, a bit of hot sauce, just whatever. Just start chucking stuff in. A little bit of mustard's in here too. And you just taste it as how you want it. You're like, I want a little bit more of this one, a little bit like. Just get a bit creative with it. I'm just going to assemble these super simple, like just sauce and the meat, cheese. And I've got other buns and stuff, and people around the house can just make whatever they want out of it. But this is just, you know, just for the demonstration. But you just assemble this, you know, sauce. I like to do top and bottom bun. A little bit extra, I like a lot of sauce. There you go. A little bit of that. Then you get your spatula, get your patties, lay them on, bun on top, and that's it. It's a smash burger in its kind of purest form. Like I said, you can just sort of smash a whole lot of stuff onto this, depending on what you like. This is encouraging you, get creative. Typically I like, you know, lettuce, tomato, onion, the sauce, and I like pickles. That's like my sort of go-to burger. But this is like your simple man's burger. Maybe that's what you just like. You like the meat and the cheese and a bit of sauce. That's for you. You can eat it if you want. It's sitting there just. Yeah, you good? Yeah. Okay. Well, cool. I'm gonna eat this and then, you know, make everyone else's burger and do all that sort of stuff. But I hope you enjoyed this one. This one was kind of a bit off the rails with the smoke alarm going off and me just sort of throwing it together. But this is a quick one. This was probably the quickest one I've had to film. Like, you know, this all in all took me, what's the time? Less than an hour to film. So it'll be like 40 minutes all up. It'll probably take you a bit less because you don't have to dingle around with the camera. Awesome. I'll see you next time.